Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph and I store 20% of my income in the form of rare coins and precious metals. What would you do if the future was uncertain? If you didn't know what the next year or the next decade might bring? What if you could prepare, like Joseph did in Genesis, storing up during the years of plenty so that you're ready for the years of scarcity? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to stack your own reserves like Joseph did in Genesis, but this time with silver, gold, and rare coins. Assets that hold their real value no matter what happens. Congratulations to Emmanuel for getting to my comments first in the last video. Thank you so much for the support. Y'all go find him down below in the comments to start a conversation. Over the past couple years, I've built a system for stacking precious metals and rare coins that isn't about speculation or chasing the next price spike. It's about building a reserves, a tangible hedge against uncertainty, a way to preserve our value for the long term. Just like Joseph prepared Egypt for famine, we can prepare ourselves and our families by choosing the right place to store our wealth. We're going to start with silver, move to gold, we're going to touch on platinum, and then we're going to have a few points on rare coins, those pieces with history, beauty, and the intrinsic value beyond the metal itself. I'll give you a practical stacking tips along the way, including what to prioritize, how to stay flexible, and how to avoid mistakes that many new stackers make. By the end of this, you'll have a clear plan for building your own reserves. Before we dive into the metals and coins, let's take a step back and look at why this matters. In Genesis, Joseph was given the wisdom to prepare for years of plenty and years of famine. He stored grains during the abundant years so that when the scarcity came, Egypt and his family were ready. We can take the same principle into our modern world. The markets fluctuate, currencies change, and crises, whether economic, political, or natural, can happen at any time. Precious metals and rare coins aren't just collectibles, they're tangible stores of value that have held wealth across centuries. By stacking strategically, we're essentially creating a hedge, a reserve that can serve for both emergencies and long-term preservation of wealth. But the key is the strategy. We're not chasing the trends or trying to time the market. We're stacking slowly, steadily, and intelligently. Most stackers begin with silver, and for good reason. Silver is affordable, widely recognized, and incredibly versatile. It's also a metal that allows you to build tangible reserves quickly without having to spend thousands of dollars on a single coin or bar. When we talk about stacking silver for a reserves, I like to focus on 3/9 silver. This includes rounds, bars, and coins. But why 3/9? Because it's pure, easy to verify, and widely accepted. You want silver that others recognize and trust. So let's break it down. First off, coins. These are 3/9 fine silvers that are stamped with a 1-ounce weight and their purity. Coins are made by sovereign mints, and it'll have the sovereign mint, like the American Eagle will say United States of America, on the coin itself. Coins are perfect for liquidity. They're recognized worldwide, easy to sell or trade, and provide a clean way to measure your stack. Next is rounds. Generic 1-ounce 3/9 rounds are a great way to supplement your coins. They often have lower premiums than government coins, making them an efficient way to build weight into your stack. Anything that is not made by a sovereign mint would be considered a round. And lastly, we have bars. Bars come in all kinds of sizes, from 1 gram to 1 ounce to 10 ounce, and even a 1 kilo bar if you want to go really big. Bars are great for storage efficiency and excellent for stacking in multiples, especially if you're planning on a long-term reserves. Bars actually can be divided into generic bars or coin bars, and that just has to do with who is making them, a government mint or a private mint. I will mention here that there are also circulated coins like the 90% United States coins that are often called junk silver or constitutional silver. With these, you'll want to be careful. Recent times has shown that the buyback premiums can drop dramatically on these 90% coins. Without a specific exit strategy, these can be difficult to get the silver value out of the coins when it's time to sell. Especially in times of an emergency when speed is very important, this could be a problem. Overall, what makes silver a very great place to start is the possibility of dollar cost averaging. Buying small amounts regularly rather than trying to time the market for a large purchase. This smooths out the fluctuations and reduces risk. You can mix it up by having a combination of coins, rounds, or bars, even to include that 90% silver. But coins you want for liquidity, rounds for affordability, and bars possibly for bulk storage. Fractional coins are also very important to keep in mind. Keeping a few small units on hand for quick spending or emergencies will allow you flexibility without breaking into your larger stack. Silver is often a gateway into stacking because it gives you the volume, liquidity, and flexibility. Once you have a solid foundation in silver, adding gold and rare coins can become easier and more strategic. Once you've built a solid silver base, it's time to take a look at gold. Gold is historically the most stable and recognized form of wealth, and for reserves, it's essential. Gold is a more stable, less volatile metal that can help you maintain your reserves value even in a downward trending market. When stacking gold, I focus on 4/9 gold for maximum purity and liquidity with a few exceptions. This includes the 1-ounce coins that are widely recognized like Canadian Maple Leafs, Australian Philharmonics, but in some cases the 22 karat or 0.9167 fine gold coin will perform just as well. The American Gold Eagles are a high-performing coin, as well as the Gold Krugerrands and the pre-2013 Gold Britannias. There are also fractional gold coins. These are perfect for smaller purchases, gifting, or incremental stacking when cash flow is limited. For gold, you want to focus on the quality of coins and bars that are easy to verify and widely recognized. Liquidity matters the most. Fractionals are not just convenient, they're strategic. You can sell or trade smaller amounts without breaking into larger ones. And don't obsess over the short-term price swings. Gold is a long-term preservation tool, not a speculative instrument. Gold and silver together form the core of a reserve. Silver for volume and flexibility, and gold for long-term security and value preservation. After building a strong foundation with silver and gold, some stackers like to add layers of metals that are more speculative: platinum, palladium, and even copper. These metals can offer opportunities, but they also carry more volatility and are generally less liquid than silver and gold. But let's break each down. Platinum is used in industrial applications, jewelry, and automotive, especially in catalytic converters. It is extremely rare and has been more expensive than gold at times, but prices can fluctuate widely due to the industrial demand. Platinum is best added sparingly. Think of it as a small percentage of your reserves, but not a core holding. It's more about the potential upside and diversification than stability. Palladium is heavily used in industry, especially in catalytic converters, electronics, and in dentistry. It's very volatile, and prices can spike or crash depending on supply and demand shocks. Like platinum, only add palladium if you're comfortable with the short-term price swings. Palladium is a speculative layer for those looking for diversity beyond gold and silver. And right now, a lot of stackers are starting to look at copper. It's used in electrical wiring, plumbing, and industrial applications. It's very abundant and it's a low price per ounce, but industrial demands can swing the prices. Copper is an excellent entry-level speculative metal. Because it's inexpensive, you can experiment with stacking small amounts without affecting your core reserves all too much. It has an intrinsic industrial value that silver and gold just don't have. However, due to its abundance, the premiums on copper are quite surprising. Make sure that you're finding low premium examples of copper if you are interested. Overall, my general advice for these speculative metals is to only add these after you covered your emergencies and foundational silver and gold stack. Treat them as opportunistic diversification, not the backbone of your reserves. Keep your position modest and do not let industrial or speculative metals replace your core store of silver for liquidity or gold for stability. Another way to speculate is in numismatics, rare coins. These are coins that have historical significance, limited mintage, or unique beauty. Unlike bullion, their value comes not only from the metal content, but also from collectability. Here I have a few examples. Some circulated gold, like this 90% pre-33 half eagle from the United States, can be rare due to condition or lower mintage. Not this one specifically, but there are even some, like these British Britannias, this one I have with Queen Victoria from 1858, that due to its low mintage and condition can hold a lot more value than just the gold within the coin. In addition, there are some series that will always have a higher numismatic value regardless of condition, like this 8 reales. Even this one, which was cleaned and had corrosion, because it is still in a decent condition, is still worth significantly more than the silver that is within this coin. These coins are incredible additions to reserves, but there's an important warning. Rare coins are less liquid than bullion. You won't always be able to sell them quickly and get the same premium you would if you sold the bullion of the same value. The market for rare coins can be narrower, and selling them can take some time. Just like the other speculations, I would suggest to gather rare coins after you've already acquired enough bullion for emergencies or for quick spending needs. Think of these items as crown jewels for your reserves. Pieces you preserve for the long-term value, the historical significance, and personal satisfaction, not for the immediate liquidity. When buying rare coins, you want to focus on the quality and authenticity. You want graded coins or coins from an extremely reputable dealer. Avoid chasing the trends or hype. Buy pieces that you understand and that have an enduring historical numismatic value. Keep them secure and cataloged. Their value is in preservation, so store them well. As you stack, it's crucial to remember that this is a long-term game. Don't chase the short-term trends and prices. Metals and rare coins has to be mostly about wealth preservation, not so much about speculation. Diversify across silver and gold to protect yourself against the different types of risks. Silver gives you volume and flexibility, and gold provides the long-term stability. Rare coins can add the historical and collectability value, and platinum, palladium, and copper can add the opportunities in speculation. Your goal isn't to hit the next market peak, it's to create a balanced reserve that you can rely on for decades and even pass down to the next generation. This is the essence of a reserves in the style of Joseph from Genesis. A solid preparation, acquiring over time, and a long-term mindset. I just made my own line of coffee. Every morning is a gift. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. It's today again is a reminder that God has given us this day once more, with new mercy, new opportunity, and real work to be done. It's the moment to show up, build good habits, and take hold of what's been placed in front of us. Whether it's putting in the work, staying disciplined, saving consistently, or simply choosing to be faithful in the small things, today is where it starts. Encourage one another daily as long as it is called today. Hebrews 3:13. So take a breath, take a sip, and let's get to work. It's today again. You can find this coffee and other merchandise on my website at josephsreserves.com. You can now write me at Joseph's Reserves, 10160 Highway 242, Suite 800, number 401 in Conroe, Texas, zip code 77385. Make sure to include your information so I can write you back. If you like this video, make sure to go down and give it a thumbs up. Go into the comment section to share your ideas about this video with the community. If you know anyone that might like this content, share this video with them and subscribe if you haven't already. But most of all, thank you so much for watching. And just remember, every ounce adds up, so no matter how small, just keep stacking.